Hello everyone, welcome back to Angela's Craft Room. In my previous tutorial I showed you we used the Flourishing Phrases Bundle, where this was the thinlits that come in the bundle and these were the two stamp sets. Okay, and we last time we used the big flourish thinlet on our card, which was this one. And I said I'd just come back and show you how I do a card when I'm just making my own flowers and how I work out an arrangement on my card and just a few little tips to help you. So to make my card, the flowers that I've used from the thinlits is, this is the big one, this is the smaller one, and then I've also used the one of the little tiny ones, and I've cut out some green with my little leaf. Okay, so I've gone ahead and done that, and I have pre-started a little bit of the card, and I'm just going to explain to you how I got so far as we have now. So I decided I'd do one in black and white. So the card base is basic black, which is your 11 inches by 4 1/4, and then scored at 5 1/2. And then I took a piece of Whisper White and I put it through my Big Shot with the embossing folder Softly Falling, which gives you like snow falling. And then what I did to put this piece onto my black card, I used the Stampin'Up foam strips. So I put a strip across each side, and they are very adhesive, and I put a couple across the middle and I adhered that to my card, and that just gives it that little, you can see there, it just gives it that little bit of dimension on your card before you even start putting your flowers on. So it just makes your card pop a little bit. Then I just added some natural gold trim, and you've seen me tie my false knot many times. And now when I'm starting off with the flowers where I want them, I work out that a triangle. You just got to think of a triangle, and what I do is I make different sized flowers and arrange them in that triangle. That's my very first step. So with this one here, it has 2 layers. Oh, sorry, it has 3 layers. So it has the big flower, and then I've glued the smaller flower on top of that, and then hopefully you can see right in there is the real little flower I showed you before, and then I've just used some metal rim pearls on the top. They're really good, they're very adhesive, and you get 3 different sizes in those when you order those from Stampin'Up. And then on this side I've just done 2 layers. So I've alternately, where I started with white here, I started with black here, and I've just done the big black thinlet on, and then just put the smaller flower on top with the metal rimmed. Then on this one I've glued those straight onto the Whisper White. But with this size flower, what I did was, it's just a single flower, but what gives it the height is I've popped a dimensional underneath it, and then just used a little jewel pearl from Stampin'Up. So that's how I generally start my floral arrangements, by working in a triangle. So then what we're going to do, I've pre-stamped the sentiment, congratulations, which we're just going to quickly glue that up there, which I'll bravely just use some snail try and get it as straight as I possibly can. So that's not too bad. I do prefer the multi-purpose glue, as you know. So we've got our sentiment on there. So then I made another flower. Now this has 3 layers, so I started off with the black, the really large flower, and then the next size flower, just glued it all on together, and the little flower in the middle there, in the very middle is the black, and then the metal rim pearl on top. So you can really make your own flowers, any colour scheme that you want. And then I'm going to pop that flower, just using a dimensional, in that corner. Now these dimensionals are very adhesive, so they will stay in place. So I just have to work out where I want. Just want it in that corner, away from the other flowers. Then I'm just going to grab a metal rim pearl and pop that in the middle. They're very adhesive. So we've got our card like that. And then I'm just going to put some of the jewel pearls, to put a couple. So I really love this Flourishing Phrases bundle. I think, you know, it's really good money value. You can make so many different things with it. So I wanted to come back and just do one just with flowers, because that flourish thinlet does take up a lot of room, and you can really only put one flower on there. So I'm going to put 3 down there, and then I'm going to put a couple across the top here. Now you don't have to heavily embellish it like I have. So I'm just going to put one more of those on there. And you know, down here doesn't need anything because I've embossed it with the softly falling embossing folder through my Big Shot. So I hope that gives you some idea, another way that you can use your Flourishing Phrases bundle, just by making your own flowers. And what I do is, when I'm cutting them out, I cut a few different colours out all at once, and I just pop everything. Oh, I've nearly forgot to put my leaves on, but I'll just let you know, I just pop it all into a cellophane packet, because you never know what colours you're going to need. So it's a really great way to use up your scraps. And I will just pop in just going to grab the glue back out. I nearly forgot to pop the leaves on. So you don't need very much glue when you're doing this. You just have to try not to transfer the glue from your fingers. So just grab my tweezers. Just trying to move that one round a bit. It's the good thing with the multi-purpose glue. Just want to get that little bit of glue that's on the top there. And just doesn't take much just to press it down. But you want to feed your leaves in under your flowers so the stalks aren't showing. And then I'm going to put another one up there. So this is why I didn't want to do the whole tutorial, because it would have just took ages, but I just wanted to give you another idea on how you can use the Flourishing Bundles, the Flourishing Phrases Bundle, and just making your own flowers. I mean, this could have been very well a sympathy card, being black and white, or like even if you wanted to do a birthday one, you could use the person that you're giving it to, you could use their favourite colours. And I think that's a really good idea with this bundle, that you can make your own flowers, exactly the colours you want. And so we just need one more. So just working like in my triangle that I was talking about before. So I need a third leaf just to balance it. And then we'll be finished. So we're just going to pop the leaf. Remember, we're just pushing it underneath the flower. Now I strongly advise you use multi-purpose liquid glue for this. Don't try doing it with snail. So there's our card for today. So I'm really happy how that's come out. I'll just zoom in a little bit for you so you can see. So I hope that gives you some ideas again on how to use the Flourishing Phrases Bundle. It is becoming one of my favourites. So thank you for spending some time with me today, and until next time, happy crafting.